Oh, let's go, let's go. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty back with another one, man. Listen, excuse me. I got some cough drops. It's cold. It's snowing up here. My throat is on fire. No diddy. Right, so bear with me and everything that's going on. But today is the press conference for Sam Shade at Alabama A&M. Hopefully, this looks a lot better than what Norfolk did. All righty, listen. We're waiting on it. CPT time. Listen. Ain't no complaints over here. Hold on. Ain't no complaints over here. Can't really talk with this cough drop in my mouth. All right. Ain't no complaints over here. You already know I stay being late, so I ain't tripping on them. My guy Paul Bryan's doing it. And when he does it, he gonna do it big.
Somebody gotta do it.
Somebody gotta do it. Listen, I'm excited to see what Sam Shade talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited to see what Sam Shade talking about. I'm excited to see how they got this thing going on. Listen, if you want to watch it for yourself, you don't want to watch it here because you don't want my commentary. I completely understand. Ain't no hate in the game. You can go over to AA BulldoggsAllAccess.com. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. If you guys want to check it out yourself, you can go to BulldoggsAllAccess.com and support the A&M Bulldogs hire of Sam Shade. Now, if they would have had Ray Lewis, this would have been epic. But hey, Sam Shade's not a bad hire. And listen, if I'm being honest, if you go to the Alabama A&M athletics page, again, shout out to Dr. Bryant. The setup is so nice. Let me see if I can, because I don't want to get away from it. Then as soon as I get away from it, like, A&M athletics, how they got it set up for Sam Shade is so dope, man. Listen, let me tell you what oh, is it starting? All right, let me see. I hadn't started yet. All right, but I just want to show y'all how they did this jank, which is so fire, bro. Look, so if you go to the Alabama A&M page, let me fix this real quick before they get started. All right. It says, "Welcome to the Hill." This is on their main page. It's on their main page. And you scroll down, right? They got the YouTube official site, watch Sam Shade's press conference, Sam Shade's resume. This is nice, bro. Listen, this is some high level. This is nice. All right. Sam Shade fact sheet. You know what I'm saying? Got the young Sam Shade on there. You can read about Sam Shade. Meet A&M Sam. Dog, this is dope, man. This is dope. This is dope. This is dope. Come on, man. It's amazing. You get fire. Absolutely fire on how they set this up. So absolutely love this, man. This is high level stuff. Shout out to them. Shout out to Alabama. I'm Dr. Bryan, my guy. So shout out to everybody up in this joker. Let me see. It's up. The stream is live, but nothing's coming out. So it just is what it is. But I wanted to show you that. I'm debating whether or not I'm gonna do a watch party for the FCS National Championship game. Maybe I can get some white people up in here. Expand my base. Okay, expand my base. Do a little something like that. Might check that out. So debating on that. I'm gonna try to get Willie Simmons either sometime this week or sometime next week, talking about FIU, what he's doing, solidifying his coaching staff, talk about that, talk about the recruits and everything like that. So shout out to Brian Howard. Yeah. Hey, he did that. He did that. If he run this website, he did that. It's nice. It's really nice. Shout out to Brian. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get Willie Simmons on either sometime this week, sometime next week, talk about closing out the coaching searches, recruiting coming up, 2025. What's it look like for FIU? Expectations, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully we can get Willie on here, start off 2025 the right way, and get some of these coaches on here as well. Right? Outside the coaches' corner. You know what I'm saying? Coaches' corner, they do it real professional, do it real big. You know what I'm saying? Coach Cole know everybody and their mama. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he's able to get over. I'm gonna do my little thing, talk to little coaches, ask a little, questions, stuff like that. So just want to talk about this. Man, listen, this is late. Okay. They said 12:20. All right. Ain't nothing popping off. What we doing? Dang, they on that off script time. I don't know what to talk about. Listen, listen, man, it's nothing. I haven't 2025. I'm not gonna lie to you. 2025 has been like real real it's only we only been in the Jack for 6 days, and 6 days it's been real It's just real It says 11:30. It said 11:20. That's what it said on my thing. It said 11:20. All right, here we go. But it said 11:20 CST. That's what it said. Which is 12:20 my time. Oh, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the alleged of Joy Taylor sleeping around to get to her top? Can we talk about that real quick before the press conference? Just a little bit. Hey, listen, I believe it. I believe it. I don't care nobody talking about. I don't care nobody say. Now, I looked up that Faraji lady, right? I looked up the Faraji lady, and she okay. She all right. She all right. She all right. You know what I'm saying? She all right. She not ugly, but like most Arabic women, like she got strong facial features, right? Arabic women really have they either got like a strong forehead or a strong nose, right? Like that's just what most Arabic women have. They got either a strong forehead or they got a strong nose. She got the strong nose, right? But I listen. I never liked Joy Taylor. She pretty though, real pretty. I just never liked. I listen. I was just never a fan. First of all, I liked the lady after Joy Taylor. I like the lady after Joy Taylor. I can't remember her name. I don't know if it was Jennifer or whatever, but I liked her after Joy Taylor. I never liked Joy Taylor, right? I felt like she's like a Molly 2.0. And nobody likes Molly. Okay, we all know nobody likes Molly. Like, it's like, why are you even on that show? Right? So that's that. But listen, Jenny Taft. Oh, I love Jenny. Love Jenny. I love Jenny. Jenny gave you just enough spice, and she was just so easy, calm, going. I love Jenny. Shout out to you. Thank you, Jared. Love me some Jenny Taft. Right? But somebody gonna have to make a statement. Right now, I know how Joy gonna go through a PR firm, and she gonna make her statement through a PR firm. Sam Acho, Emmanuel Acho, he be on Twitter every day. This ninja be on Twitter every day dropping videos, and since the lawsuit, this nigga hasn't said one thing on Twitter. I need an answer on Twitter. I need an answer on Twitter right now, Acho. That's what I need. You all up on Twitter, all Twitter thumbs, twiddling, doing all that extra stuff. Need an answer on Twitter. Got to respond to the ghost. Gone. Finito. It's gonna get good. I read the whole lawsuit. Oh, I read every document. I felt like I was I feel like I was a paralegal. I read every document of that lawsuit this morning at 7 a.m. I was getting the kids ready, just scrolling through. Just scrolling through. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting how this plays out. It's gonna be real interesting how it plays out. It really is. And I'm just gonna say I won't be surprised if a couple people get let go. Boy, this joint gets taken forever. Joy was an FS1 passer around thing around when she was in football. Somebody, I don't know. Some people know the story. Some people don't know the story. All right, here we go. I'm definitely Lloyd. You trying to get me in trouble, Lloyd? You trying to get me in trouble, Lloyd? I'm not bringing that comment on screen. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, Lloyd. You trying to get me in trouble. Ain't no screenshots out here. If y'all want to see what that is, if you want to see what it is, you better be in the chat. Better be in the chat. I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to do it, Mr. Campbell. He ain't going to get me in trouble. He ain't going to get me in trouble. No, sir. No, sir. I've already said what I said about that young lady. She know what it is. I've already said what I had to say. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Y'all lucky I ain't got my told y'all. Like,
he's heating up.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta ask.
What happened to that boy? Yeah. What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy?
He was talking. I'll put a clap into that boy. Shout out to VA. Shout out to Virginia. Shout out to Norfolk. However they pronounce that. However they pronounce that crap. Norfolk. Ain't nobody got time trying to figure that out. He said Lloyd trying to get you caught up. For what? I don't know. I ain't do nothing to Lloyd. Better stick to the South Side, Lloyd. Better stick to the South Side. Welcome to the South Side. Baby, we can both hide. Baby, we can You better stick to the South Side, Lloyd. Don't bring me up in none of your drama, Lloyd. None of it. I will have none of it.
Good morning. I am Brian Howard, the Assistant AD for Athletic
This
Communications.
better not be the only angle.
Everybody to the AAMU Event Center for today's introductory press conference as we welcome our new head football coach, the 22nd in program history and the 5th since joining Division I. Before we get started, just a few housekeeping items. Members of the media will have an opportunity to conduct interviews with Coach Shade after the press conference has concluded to my right. The format for the press conference will be the introduction of the university president, Dr. Daniel K. Wims, who will bring remarks, followed by Director of Athletics, Dr. Paul A. Bryant, with remarks and the introduction of our next head football coach, Sam Shade. At this time, I will turn the microphone over to our 12th president of Alabama A&M University, Dr. Daniel K. Wims.
Thank you. Good morning. Let's warm up a little bit and give Mr. Howard a warm round of applause because he has his prepared statement, but he doesn't have one for me. So with that being said, that means that I have the microphone with no notes, and that's dangerous sometimes. But give yourselves a warm round of applause for coming out this morning in this cold weather.
Hey, real talk. Dr. Williams
I
gives me
want
like
you to
Martin
do
Luther
that
King vibe.
because we have several really important events that will happen very soon this semester, and I would like all of you to include the media to make sure that you're at those two events, which we think are very important in the future trajectory of where this great institution will go. We will have the groundbreaking for our new science STEM building. Give us a warm round of applause. And the groundbreaking for our new student amenities building. Give us another warm round of applause. And we expect you to be at those two groundbreakings as excited as you are today. So thank you in advance for your attendance and your participation. I heard that we've had 22 now head coaches. We've had 12 presidents. But the institution was founded in 1875. We didn't start playing football in 1875. So 22 head coaches means that's almost double as the number of presidents in a shorter time. So that means that there are some expectations, right? And so we're very excited today to have the opportunity to introduce another major pillar in this historic moment of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. Athletics is our front porch. And
Preach it. Come on, Dr. Williams.
if we have a clean, nice, sparkling front porch, it helps the rest of the house to function a little
Come
better,
on, Dr. Williams.
easier with a little less stress. And so therefore, when we make a decision that's this important, we endeavor to do it by going through a process that we can outline in detail and defend. And I'm very happy to congratulate our athletic director, Dr. Paul Bryant, his staff, and the committee members, which we label the Search and Selection Committee, for your work, your diligence, and attention to detail in this process to make sure that we landed on a person that would fit the ecosystem, the fabric and fiber and flavor of Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. So give all of them, to include the chair of the Search and Selection Committee, our provost, Dr. John Jones, and the community members, the student athletes, as well as some of the influentials and leaders in our community. Give them a warm round of applause and thank you very much. And as we always like to end, service is sovereignty. Start here, go everywhere, and go Bulldogs.
Hey, can we say that was a nice speech? That was a nice speech.
Sorry, I'm a little vertically challenged. Thank you, President Williams, for your remarks. At this time, I want to bring up Alabama A&M's Director of Athletics, Dr. Paul A. Bryant, for his remarks.
Good Bulldog morning. It's an honor to be here, and I'm thankful that you all are here to help celebrate this moment. I have to give a few thanks. First, I would like to say thank you to the board members, the Board of Trustees of Alabama A&M. I have to thank our president for his leadership through this process and many other processes. The committee, they were fantastic. I was hard to work with, but they truly did a fantastic job. Our student athletes that were a part of that process, I have to thank you. And I would also like to acknowledge my colleagues, my cabinet, and my cabinet was not my cabinet, but it's the president's cabinet, but they're my colleagues. Please stand up and be recognized. So I will talk about the process. The president talked about the process. We did a national search to find our next coach. From that, we received many applications from high school to professional. The committee interviewed about 8 applicants.
Very stupid.
They recommended 3 for on-campus interviews, and then we offered 1 the job. There were 6 boxes that someone had to check as we went through this process. We looked for, did they play at the collegiate level? Not only did he play at the collegiate level, he played at the highest level and won a championship at Roll Tide. They said, what about professional playing experience? That box was checked as well. He played for the great Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Cincinnati Bengals and Washington Redskins. They said, okay, some professional coaching experience. He did that too. That box was checked. For the Cleveland Browns, they said, okay, what about some coaching experience? Yeah, he checked that box too. High school and college. In high school, he took a team to the state title. They said, okay, HBCU coaching experience. That box too was checked. Miles College, where he won a SIAC championship. Won't he do it? But then they said, okay, one of the most important is he able to recruit Alabama? That's locally and statewide. Well, if you do your research, 71% of his team at Miles were from Alabama. That box was checked too. Now, he's a winner. He's a champion. He's a champion as a player, champion as a coach. John French Sloan said, in the hands of a master, light and shade is one of the great qualities of art. Now, imagine the light that we have on the hill, partner with the shade that we just hired. Can you imagine the quality of the young men that are going to be on that football field? Now, our champion, he's a champion.
Shit, they got the overhead camera going.
Champion as a coach. Please join me in welcoming our next coach, Coach Sam Shade. President, you're going to stand over here and give him a, right here. All right. Maybe come over here a little bit.
Got to keep the vertically challenged person on the sideline. Dang, Shade, can you hold the jersey, Shade?
Good morning, Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Good morning, and all our special invited guests. This is the day that the Lord has made.
I
Let us
will
rejoice and be glad
in it. You better start with some Jesus.
I want to start by giving thanks to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Hallelujah.
Trust me,
right?
without him, I would not be here. Without his mercy, grace, and love, I would not be standing before you. So to God be the glory.
God be the glory.
It is truly an amazing day. I'm above thankful and humble to be here today. There are a lot of people here today that I have to thank. I'm grateful to you all. First off, you heard from Dr. Weems our President Wims, our president, I want to thank you for the time that you spent with me, sharing your vision and great plans for Alabama A&M University. I thank you and your entire leadership team for going through the long process and identifying me as the man to lead the Alabama A&M football program. The bar has been set high with your leadership. To my new boss, Dr. Bryant, our athletic director, thank you for believing in me and for being the passionate and visionary leader that you are. I briefly met Dr. Bryant almost a year ago after he spoke to a group at a coaching clinic in Birmingham. I was very and thoroughly impressed with Dr. Bryant. So I look forward to working with you, sir. Also, I want to thank the search committee for the hard work and time spent going through the process of identifying candidates, namely myself, and believing and trusting in me enough to move me along in the interview process. To Dr. Bobby Knight, the president at Miles College, I want to say thank you. I'm so grateful for her because she gave me the opportunity to be a college head football coach when no one else did. And what a historic and great ride we had at Miles College. So again, I want to thank Dr. Bobby Knight, along with Athletic Director Fred Watson, for their leadership and unwavering support for me while I was at Miles College. To all the players and coaches, thank you for staying the course through a tough first season and all the way through an historic third season that we will always remember as our Dash 2024. Thank you all for buying into the vision and the mission of our program, along with the process on and off the field. And what a ride we had. To the coaches, members of the athletic department, faculty, and staff members of Alabama A&M University, thank you for being here. I look forward to working with you all. Also, I want to say thank you to the many alumni out there around the country and beyond for your overwhelming support. I can remember last Sunday when Dr. Bryant made the announcement on the Hill podcast, all of the calls and text messages that I received, all of the pouring out on social media. I thank you all. With school being out, I have not had a chance to meet the entire team in person, but I want to thank all of the current players here at Alabama A&M for your text messages and calls letting me know that you're ready to come back and work hard and support this program. Although the team hadn't been here with us, I can tell you this: they can't wait to get back on campus on January 13th, next Monday. To my family, sitting right here to my right, my 4 children that are here in attendance: Justin, Jayla, Jemiah, Jacoby, and 2 grandchildren, 1-year-old granddaughter in the back right there.
Dang, did you forget your grandkids'
And
name?
also 4-month-old grandson, Judah. I thank you. I love you, and I thank you for your support. And last but not least, I'm the head coach of Alabama A&M football. However, my family would not be what it is without my head coach. So I want to say to my rock, my encourager, my prayer partner, my biggest cheerleader, and my wife of 25 years, Jaquita Shade, thank you. I love you. Thank you for running and keeping the household together for so many years. Our beautiful family would not be what it is without you. I would also like to thank the other members of my family for being here to support me on this special day. My mother, Ellen Levert, and my stepfather, Greg Levert, my father, Sam Shade. I see my aunt, Ida Shade. I see my brother, Carlin Shade. And I've got two sisters, older and younger. They're both educators, both teachers. They could not be here today. Also, thank you, Bam, for being here. All right. Okay. Ultimately, my vision, first you guys got to bear with me a little bit. It's kind of hard to see this real quick. All right. I would also like to thank my pastor, part of my spiritual family, my pastor, Sean Edwards, and his wife, Lady Gwen. Thank you for being here. It is ironic that yesterday's message at church came from Proverbs 29:18, where there is vision, where there is not vision, people perish.
I'm sorry.
At this point in my speech, I was going to talk about my vision for Alabama A&M University football. So with that said, my vision for Alabama A&M for the Alabama A&M football program is to make it better every day, every week, every month, every year, and every football season. My vision is to develop football student athletes academically, mentally, physically, socially, and most important, spiritually. My vision is to develop great relationships between the rest of our campus, alumni, boosters, donors, and our football program. Ultimately, my vision for Alabama A&M University football program is to develop a championship football program on and off the field that graduates its football student athletes at a very high rate. Also, our campus and community should be enhanced by the presence of our football program. Our enrollment should increase because of our football program. We will have some big team goals this year. The first one is to win the game played at Legion Field in Birmingham.
There you go, Perry. There you go, Perry. He said it.
The second one is to win the SWAC West.
You in the East.
The third is to win the SWAC championship game and host it here at Lewis Cruz Stadium, right on campus.
Woo!
And the last is to win the Celebration Bowl, the Black College National Championship. So how do we get there?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's a long
Oh,
and not
Jesus.
easy road to get to a championship. It's a year-round process.
I'm sorry.
We will start by putting together a great staff. What makes good coaches? The type of coaches that we're going to bring in. Well, coaching is teaching. I know that. My mother was an educator, teaching a principal. Like I said, my two sisters are educators. In coaching, you've got to be able to teach. I want guys that are going to mold, shape, and develop our young men into the complete student athletes. Bottom line, I have 2 sons, as you can see. And if I had a coach that I'm choosing to be on my staff, if I couldn't tell you that I want that coach coaching my son, if I don't want that coach coaching my son, he won't be a part of this football program.
That's a shot. Y'all don't. If y'all know, y'all know.
All right,
It's a shot.
next,
That's
we
a
will
shot.
evaluate our current student athletes on the football team and identify our positions of need that we must address in recruiting. In recruiting, we will start locally in our backyard, right here in the Huntsville area. Then we'll move on to the rest of the great state of Alabama. All right, we'll do that by using our great relationships that myself and members of our coaching staff have developed through many years of recruiting this great state of Alabama. After that, we will address our recruiting needs by recruiting the surrounding southeastern states of Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, Tennessee, and on outward. So we begin by letting our players know what our expectations are. And those are the core values of this program. We will always be trying to improve it and make it better. That's something that you'll hear me say a lot. Even after we win a championship, we'll continue to work on improving it and making it better. We will always be striving for excellence and chasing perfection. So with that said, the chase will always be on. Basically what I'm saying, for the Alabama A&M University Bulldogs, the chase will always be on, meaning we're always chasing perfection in the classroom, on the field, in the community. That's what the Alabama A&M football program will always be doing, the chase. Now, I don't spell that, the chase. I don't say T-H-E and then chase. All right, as a coach, you learn that you've got to understand your players and you got to kind of know your players. And our players, sometimes they don't talk the way that some of us talk. All right, they'll say some things, and the won't be T-H-E, it'll be D-A. All right, the chase. All right, but if that's what I got to do to get to them, to reach them, to motivate them, to get them to buy in, then that's what we'll do. All right, so the chase is one of our core values. I'm a big acronym guy, very big acronym guy. So the chase has meaning. All right, I'll start with the D. The D stands for discipline. Everything that we do in this program will start with discipline, as a team and individual discipline. For instance, easy one to start with, being on time. Very easy one to start with. And I learned a long time ago from a pastor friend of mine. He always said, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time,
you're late.
You're late. And if you're late, it's unacceptable. That's part of the type of discipline we're talking about. The A is for accountability. We have to be accountable to this program and to ourselves. Where one goes, we all go. As a team, as a football program. If I trust you, I want the coaching staff to be able to trust you. I want the players to be able to trust the coaches. That is how you build accountability. It starts with building trust.
Hey, Brian, you stupid.
The C stands for character. We want our players working on developing great character. work on doing what they're supposed to do when nobody's watching or telling them to do it or making them do it. That's developing character. The H stands for habits. We become whatever our habits are. If we have championship habits, we will become champions on and off the field. The second A, I gave you the first A, accountability. The second A is attitude. We've got to have great attitudes as players. Any player that's ever played with me, matter of fact, I said this all the way back to when I was playing pro ball. Whenever I hit a field, one of the first things you're going to hear me say is, where else would you rather be? If you're a football player, if you're a football coach, if you're involved in the game of football and you got that passion and desire and that love for the game like I do and so many coaches and players, you're going to say, right here, right now. All right, where else would you rather be? Right here, right now. That's the type of attitude I'm looking for. Out of not just players, but out of coaches also. And support staff too. Trainers, strength and conditioning coaches, the equipment people. Everybody involved in this program, we're going to have a great attitude about it. Because you know what? Back in 1992, I was fortunate enough to be a part of a national championship team. And on that team, after we won that national championship, our head coach came back the next year and he addressed the new team and he said, he showed his ring and he said, everybody got one. Everybody. And he said, not just players and coaches, everybody, trainers, the president, the AD, the equipment people, the strength and conditioning coaches, wives got pendants. Reason why? Because everybody's important in a football program. It's the biggest athletic. It's the biggest athletic program that you have on a college campus. And I do believe, I know athletics is the front porch, like Dr. Weems said, of this university. But football is right there in that rocking chair on that front porch. All right, everybody sees it. Nowadays, our games are going to be shown on, when I was growing up, they only had a few channels that you could watch games on. Now, every game is shown somewhere around this country. And people are going to see the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. And when they watch us play, I want them to see a team that's playing with class first off. I want them to see a team that's going to play hard for 4 quarters. A team that's going to focus through all the adversity and the negatives that happen in a football game. It's never perfect. It's going to be some ups and downs, but that's where we got to learn to focus through that. Then most importantly, I want them to see a team that's going to finish. No matter what the situation, no matter what the score, this football team will always finish in the second half and in the fourth quarter. And if we got to go to overtime, we're going to finish. We're going to finish strong. And the last thing, and this is for players. One thing we're going to do after we put in all that hard work and we lay it on the line, we step out there on Saturdays, all those things I said we're going to do about focusing and finishing and that stuff, we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun going out, playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, all right, with class, and winning. That's what it's about. All right, the S in the chase.
Oh
the
my
S in the
God.
chase is about sacrifice.
Come on, man.
In order to play this game, only 7% of high school student athletes play the game of college football. That's a very small number. There's a reason for that, because everybody can't do it. It's a year-round commitment. It's hard work, dedication, determination. It's going out there early in the morning, cold or hot, having a goal in mind. I talked about some of those goals already. That game that we're going to play down in Legion Field in Birmingham, the SWAC East, the SWAC Championship, the Celebration Bowl. That's the goal. And you got to put the work in order to get there. So you got to sacrifice when nobody's watching. As players, if you're listening to me, if all you're doing is what we do when you come here with myself and the strength and conditioning coach, it's not enough. It's going to take sacrifice. Last, the E in the chase. The E is expect excellence. Expect excellence out of your teammates and your coaches. Then in return, strive for excellence yourself each and every day. Those are our core values. We will call it The Chase, DA, The Chase 2025. With that said, I have expectations for you all, the fans, the alumni, the boosters, the donors. I expect you all to support this football program in every way that you possibly can. We can start by coming out to the spring football game. We're going to set that date soon. Buy your season tickets and show up for every game. Show up early. Show up and show out as a fan base.
That won't happen.
Give this football program and this university the love, the respect that it deserves. Talk proudly and positively about Alabama A&M University and this football program. To the greater Huntsville community, our football program will get out and engage with you in the community, in community service events, and give our time to young people in this community. To the boosters, donors, and alumni groups, I'm coming to see you to talk about you helping Okay. All right, to those boosters, donors, and alumni groups, I'm coming to see you to talk about me helping and this coaching staff.
Hey, listen, man. None of y'all got no sense. None of y'all got no sense. I'm over here crying in the background. You Bamas ain't got no sense.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Somebody done passed out.
To the boosters, donors, and alumni groups, I'm coming to see you to talk about helping me and this coaching staff better to be able to pour into the football program and these young student athletes so that they can reach their dreams of becoming champions on and off the field. I want to close by saying every day is a great day to be an Alabama A&M Bulldog, just as today is a great day for me to be an Alabama A&M Bulldog. I'm so proud to be one. With that said, the chase is on. Let's go hunt. Go Bulldogs.
Come on, y'all. We can do better than that. Clap for him like you like him, not like you're mad at him. I'd just like to say that when we go through a process, we check off certain things, and there are 3 F's in this process, and failure is not an option. But the 3 F's are family, faith, and football. And he checked off the first 2 very well. Give him a nice, warm round of applause. A man of faith and a man of family. Now, I know he went Roll Tide, and that's all right. But to get his queen and his head coach, he had to come where? To the Hill. So give her a warm round of applause. He's a smart man.
The president trying to save this, Jake. He trying to save it.
And I have to be smart too, because this is a momentous occasion, and we've got some partners here that we have to acknowledge. So I'm going to have to let AD ask him to help me. First, let's acknowledge the media. Thank you for coming out this morning. And On the Hill podcast, who got the scoop, give them a warm round of applause for all that they do to represent Alabama Agricultural Mechanical University. To my left, we have the Huntsville Athletic Authority, Mr. Mark Russell. Please give him a warm round of applause. A member of our athletic task force. We have our wonderful city councilwoman here this morning, Miss Michelle Watkins. Stand up, let the people see you. Give her a round of applause. We have the executive cabinet members who have had a couple of weeks off, and now it's time to get back to work. Give them a warm round of applause. We have our National Association president, Mr. Mike Miller. Give him a round of applause. I saw our women's basketball coach. Give her a warm round of applause. She had 2 wins this weekend, and she's promised me a win on Thursday at Jackson State.
Yes, sir. It's coming.
Not, just stay on over there. I'm just playing.
It's coming.
Who else? Who else I got here? I see Pastor Troy, our chaplain. All coaches, raise your hand. All head coaches, raise your hand. Give them a warm round of applause. He wants to give tennis, who won the HBCU national title, a round of applause. The athletic staff that decorated and put this together, please give them a warm round of applause. This is very nice. I see Mr. Carlton Wright, who's going to the Honda Battle of the Bands in about 3 weeks. Give him a warm round of applause. All alums, please stand and let us see. All alums, please stand and let us see you. All right.
Man, they got a back. They got a back angle.
Please stand. All right. Thank y'all for coming back.
That's tough.
We're very, very happy. This is going to be another record-setting spring semester for enrollment for us. So we're very, very pleased. But we want to get this momentum going and make sure that our students are engaged to support Coach Shade and our athletic program. This is an opportunity for us to be better, to be bigger, to be greater. And what I would like to do, Coach Shade, we want to beat Alabama State. We know you got to get that done now. Don't have me in the room trying to defend you when you lose.
Facts.
But wouldn't it be nice if we hosted the SWAC championship here in Lewis Crew Stadium? Let's go Bulldogs.
That boy might need a step stool.
Thank you, President Wims and Coach Shade, for those outstanding remarks. Coach, I'm ready. Suit me up. I think I still got some eligibility left, though. That will conclude today's press conference. Members of the media, if you are wishing to interview Coach Shade, please do so right here to my right. Thank you again for coming out. And as always, go Bulldogs!
All right. Listen, I know you guys got a lot of stuff to say about this. Let's start with the positive stuff before you Bama start going crazy in the chat. All right, let's start with and I texted Dr. Brian. I said, "Hey, the president can't shout me out. Like, what we doing, man? Come on, man. I can't get no shout out, but hey, teachers, hey, whatever. Anyway, so the positives, right? Great production. Absolutely. They had a back camera. God, dog. They had a back camera to show you the crowd side angles, had the cheerleader camera. I like that. Should have zoomed in on that, baby. Right? But so they had all that. Absolutely amazing. If I'm being honest, like the best speakers were everybody but the football coach. I would agree. They needed helmets. Should have had some helmets on the table and stuff like that. Decorations could, just a little added touch there. But no, can't nitpick too bad. The chairs had A&M on it. You know what I'm saying? The podium was nice. Everything was done really, really well. All the shots, all the angles, all the titles and things like that was absolutely amazing. So the digital board in the front of the podium was amazing as well. It was dope. It was dope, man. Like, it was nice. It was listen, no. I'm not, no. I'm sorry. No, I can't. I'm not. Now, let me say this. This is just what the vibes that I think some people are just football coaches. Some people aren't. Everybody ain't Dion. Everybody ain't Willie Simmons. Everybody doesn't have the charisma to be a likable guy, right? Some people like some people are just Bill Belichick, right? You don't have no personality. You just love football, and you're a damn good football coach. And I just think that's his Achilles heel. He's just a damn good football coach. He's just not. He has no charisma. And it's fine. It's fine. Listen, I don't need my football coach. To swoon. Can you coach football? Check A or check B. Okay. You might not be able to read a speech, but can you read a defensive front? I mean, come on. You get what I'm saying? Like, and listen, if we're gonna nitpick, and you can call in, call lines are open 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. The call-in numbers, the scrolling number, right? Right. Like, granted, were there flaws and hiccups in the speech? Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. It was flaws and hiccups all over the speech. And to me, the part that got me, and I don't know what y'all, the part that got me was this part where he said, this part of my speech, it felt like he read the insert, right? When he's like, and on this part of my speech, I'm going to talk about what the chase is about. It felt like he read the insert. Somebody wrote that speech and they put an insert and said, this is the part you talk about the chase. And he read the insert. That was hilarious to me. That was funny to me. Okay. I just thought that was pretty damn funny. Right. But again, it's certain things, just in my opinion, man. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Like, again, I think he's a hell of a football coach, right? I think he's going to be a hell of a football coach. You only got to have half a brain cell to coach in a swag. And he's got enough to be competitive. This is my thing, right? This is my thing. The only issue that I have with the whole speech is the part that you say is your acronym. Why are you reading it? It's the only issue I have with the whole speech. Everything else, I get it. You're reading it. You're trying to make sure you get through it. I get it. But when you tell me, when you say, I want to talk about an acronym that I use, why are you reading that? That just doesn't make sense to me. Like if I got an acronym that I say and that I coach and I preach, the chase, D for discipline. Like it's the same thing with Dion, smart, tough, fast. We're going to be smart, fast, tough, discipline with character, right? Like if that's just something you believe in, if that's something you are, I shouldn't have to read that. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. That's just my little 2 cents on that. That's it. But other than that, listen, it was a great production. It was a great production. If I'm being honest, Dr. Wims and A.D. Bryant really stole the show. I mean, Sam Shade was forgettable. Sam Shade was honestly forgettable. He really was. And it's not to say that, again, what did I say about the impact? I said this about the impact. I said the impact was, what did I say on the impact? What did I tell you on impact? A D. And after this speech, it should be an F. Nothing about what Sam Shade said today got you excited for the football season. Nothing. Nothing. The only thing that got you excited is that he's a winner, he's produced, he's rebuilt programs, and he's a solid damn football coach, and he can recruit the area. Other than that, nothing he said today got you excited about the football team. Period. But again, he's the type of football coach that is not going to sell a program. He's not going to be out in the front. He's not going to be out in front to sell anything. He's not that guy. He's not a salesman. He's not a marketer, right? He's a football coach, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to coach football. So, again, all I'm going to say is this. He better win because he brings you no value in anything else. You can feel how you feel. You can feel how you feel and you can do what you do. But he better win because he don't bring no value any other way outside of winning. He don't sell you nothing. He's not worth watching at this point. At this point, there's nothing about him, the individual, that makes me want to know what's going on with the program. Right? Like if he was entertaining, if he was suave, if he could talk, if he could just enunciate, if he just had a swag about him, I'd be like, oh shit, okay, let me see what A&M working with. No, he is all product. He's all produce. He's all production. If he has no production, he has no use because he can't do anything else, right? Like Maynard didn't win, but he was entertaining, right? So like even in his losses, it was entertaining because he would have something funny to say. He would make a joke or whatever. And it got old. Yes, it got old, but that was just who he is. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, unless he wins, this is pointless. This was a waste of a hire. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. If he doesn't win, it's a waste of a hire because to me, I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. To me, he's not going to bring any more fans out. Maybe for the first season just because they want to see something, but he's not exciting enough to bring anybody outside. He ain't. And y'all can talk about the University of Alabama and all this. When them white people start showing up, come let me know. When them Roll Tide fans start showing up, let me know. When I start seeing 500 white people in the stands, I give you 100 white people. You show me 100 white fans from Roll Tide, then we can come talk about how impactful Sam Shade is and his connections to the University of Alabama really mean. But until then, miss me with all that. Under. So, listen, again, he only has to do two things. for his first year. For his first year, two things: win the Mad City Classic and win homecoming. That's it. He pulls that off, he's straight. Great first year. He pulls that off, great first year. So essentially, he could go 2-9, 3-7, 3-8, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He wins the Mag City Classic. He wins homecoming. He's straight for year one. Year two, I think FAMU is going to be on decline. So I think like year two is beating one of the big dogs, right? Beating teams that Maynard never beat. Beating teams that Maynard never beat. Year two is beating teams that Maynard never beat. FAMU, Jackson, Alcorn, and well, Mad City Classic, of course, Alabama State. So, I mean, he beat them before, but just win the Mad City Classic. So if you add, so year two, if you add the Mad City Classic, you add homecoming in beating one of the big dogs in Southern, you know what I'm saying? I think you're good. I think you're good. I think you can start riding with that. But he's got to beat one of the big dogs. He's got to beat one of the big dogs. He just has to. At some point in time, the rubber has to meet the road, and you got to beat one of the big dogs in your conference. FAM, Jackson, Southern, Alcorn, right? And you got to beat them. Home, away, you got to beat them. So we'll see. Listen, I hope the best. I hope the best. I'm not here to punish nobody or put nobody in no jail. I think it's a solid hire. I think he's going to have the state of Alabama locked down very well in recruiting. I think the Mad City Class is going to be a very interesting game. I'm curious to see what the quarterback situation looks like, and we'll go from there. Scotty, before you close the show, off topic, have you seen the film of the transfer quarterback? It is so funny that you asked me that. I watched his tape. I'm gonna have to go watch some stuff from Kennesaw just to see if he played, maybe not. But from his high school tape, I don't like his release. He's nimble. Kid is really nimble. Really, really, really nimble. I don't like his release. It's a weird, like that's what I'm saying. Like that was high school. So I got to watch some Kennesaw stuff. Maybe he played, maybe he did, maybe some Kennesaw practice film or whatever. But it in high school, it was like a weird wind up. Like he would have to like really, really like get his whole body into it to throw it. Real nimble kid can really get loose with his feet. He can throw at different arm angles very well. So I think with the right scheme in place, he could be very impactful. Again, I don't think he's better than Mekhi Higgins. I'm gonna just keep saying that. But I think to have a player like that for 3 years, I think that helps. I think that definitely helps. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take a deeper dive. I'm definitely, trust me when I tell you. Appreciate I'll ask Morgan. I'm gonna take a deeper dive and I'm gonna break down the player on the show. But as of right now, if I was giving it a grade just off of what I seen, probably a C plus. I'll give it a C plus. But again, that's just off of me watching the tape off his Twitter. If I go and I'm probably gonna have to go back and watch his whole, because you know me, I gotta watch the whole high school game, right? I gotta watch the whole high school game, and I gotta watch anything he did at Kennesaw State. That's just how I get down. So I'm trying to find that. How you feel about Antonio Gates Jr.? I haven't watched any tape on Antonio Gates Jr. I'm gonna go watch his Michigan State film and see what it looks like, because I know he does have some catches at Michigan State. So I'm gonna watch that tape, and I might watch a little bit from high school, but I'm gonna try to do my best to see. Because I know he probably got some practice footage from Michigan State, so I'm gonna use some of that. But I'm gonna try to go and get some of his Michigan State film and see where it's at. I think, listen, I don't know if anybody's seen, there's a freshman that Deshaun Jackson signed from California. The kid can fly. The kid can absolutely fly. It's amazing. I got to break his film down, but it's dope. Does Zay start at Grambling? I don't know who you put in front of him at this point. I mean, listen, man, Zay's talent is there. He does need to get a little bit developed, but his talent is there. He just got to stay healthy. No matter what Zay is or how good Zay can be, he got to stay healthy. If I'm Grambling, if I'm a Grambling alum, we need at least about 2 or 3 QBs to compete for the job. I'm not sold on any one person. Whoever that player was last year, that relieved Miles Crawley, he's not the answer. So whatever. So if you want to play with Zay, that's cool. But you need 2 or 3 more quarterbacks in there to have a real. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If I'm Grambling, I'm getting Damon Stewart. I'm gonna go get that Damon Stewart who was at Alabama State a year ago. I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna try to get Damon Stewart to come to Grambling. Damon Stewart at Grambling is a steal. Is an absolute steal. That's just my personal opinion. So, but I would try to go find Damon Stewart and see if I can get him to come to play at Grambling. Because again, this is my issue with recruiters. Good recruiters are like this. Let me explain to you guys real quick. A good recruiter is going to say, hey, if there's a player in my conference that has been kicking my ass or has been kicking other people's asses, why not add that asset to my team? So it's like, if I can get a player, right? If I can get a player off another team that is really good, why would I not do that? That's what Georgia and Alabama and Georgia, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. One player leaves Georgia, goes to Texas. Player leaves Texas, go to Alabama. Player leaves Alabama, goes to LSU. Player leaves LSU, goes to Tennessee. Like, they do it all the time. So don't reinvent the wheel. If the kid is good, the kid is good. It just is. Doesn't matter if he's on this level. He doesn't have to be a Power 5 guy. If the kid is good, the kid is good. Bring his ass to your team. So to me, I've seen Damon Stewart compete at a high level in the SWAC. Why would I not try to get that quarterback if I have a quarterback issue? I never understand that. Why do I have to go find a player outside the SWAC when I know a player in the SWAC is dominant or is good? That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to just go get a talented person that I've seen play. I've seen his tape. I know what he can do. I've played against him. I'm going to go get him. That never makes sense to me. So why did Grambling sign? He said he's a project, not a win now player. He's definitely a project player. He's not a win now guy. He does have the talent to be special, but one, you got to have the right system around him, and 2, he has to stay healthy. So again, if your best ability is availability and you've been hurt numerous of times, I got to get quarterbacks behind you that are good, right? Like, I need a Morgan, Zion McDonald type of situation, right? I need that balance. So if you do go down, I ain't looking stupid because I ain't got nobody behind you. So it's not to say that Zay can't be your starter, but he should not. I'm not going to put all my eggs in that basket. I'm just not, because he has an injury problem. Same thing with Andrew. If Andrew was my player, I would be dumb to not have a backup quarterback if Andrew Body's my guy. Because if he goes down, which he has done before, I got to have a backup that can play. That is a serious contender for playing. So, I mean, listen, break glass in case of emergency. I can't play this game like I don't need a backup quarterback. You do. You absolutely do. So, and I will take a quarterback coming off an ACL than a quarterback coming off a shoulder injury. And I'm not saying Andrew can't be 100% or 200%. But if you're taking a chance on a kid coming off a shoulder injury and he plays quarterback, what sense does that make? If we being honest, can he still throw the ball? That's what quarterbacks are asked to do. So, listen. Anywho, that's just my little 2 cents on that. Let me see. Everybody know their coaching hires. Let me see. Multiple SEC headed to FAMU. Is there a story behind it? Let me tell you something, man. Let me say this. I like FAMU. Yeah, Zay. Drew still at Bama State. I like FAMU. I'm not so sold on Cozy. I really am not. Something about it is just not sitting well with me right now. I think Henry Burris is an upgrade over the white boy that left. I really do believe that. I really do believe the offense is going to look better. It's just something about Cozy. I don't know. I don't know. It's how he moves, right? Like I was getting word that he was firing coaches over Zoom, and in the coaching profession, from what I was told from other coaches, is that's just like a no-no. Like you don't do that, right? And it's just something about Cozy. He just, I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. This is purely my opinion. I have not heard this from anybody, but he just comes off like a manager who don't like confrontation. Right? And we all know those managers that, they'll tell their assistant to fire you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe that he gives me when like just looking at him. He's like Randall from Recess. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibes I get. Now, some people tell me he's a white man in black man's skin. I heard that from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that from somebody else. I'm just telling you what he told me. He's like, he reminds me, he's a white man in black people's skin. That's what they told me. But he gives me like sniveling vibes. Like you can't trust him. And I don't like that. That's just me. It's my personal opinion. He just gives me like shady vibes, right? And then to find out how he moves and how he's been moving, it's just like, I'm good. So again, I love FAMU. I love 80 Suggs. I love everything about FAMU. But I don't know if I'll be able to root for them like I have been, because something about Cozy just don't sit right with me. It just don't sit right with me. That's just me personally. So listen, I wish the best for the program. I do, but I think they might have to get off that guy a little sooner than they would like to. And if I'm being honest, I think FAMU might win by default. If I'm being honest, I think because let me say this. I know this is not a FAMU show, but I just got to talk about it. Explain to me how you fire everybody on the offense, but you fired nobody from the defense. I'm going to say that again. You fired everybody on the offensive side of the ball, except Henry Burris, which I agree. He shouldn't have been fired. He's awesome. And you didn't let nobody from your defensive staff go? They couldn't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't stop a nosebleed. Like, I'm confused. How do you keep a defense? Now, Mr. Campbell will get on here and tell you they only gave up 21 points and that. Nothing about that defense was scary last year. Outside of Kendall Bowler. Okay, that's all I got for you. right? And Eric Horn. I did like Eric Horn, right? But that's it. Ash was okay. Like nothing about that defense was good. And the fact that, listen, I would fire Milton just off the fact that he I think he went to Jackson. I think he's an alum of Jackson State. Like, I would fire him off of that premise alone. Like, why are you even here? There's enough defensive coordinators that I ain't got to. See, now I got to donate to Alcorn. Now I got to donate to Alcorn because I said I was never going to say their name on my channel. I got to give them $1, right? From the school that should not be named, you a graduate from them. Why are you on my staff? Like, that's the stuff I don't get. I don't get that. You can't make that make sense to me. You just can't make that make sense to me. So, no. Hey, Quinn, I'm gonna donate to the NIL collective. I'm gonna give $5 to the Alcorn NIL collective, right? So that's my donation for today. But yeah, man, like, come on, man. Like, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Right? So it is what it is. So it's just tough. It's just tough. You think, hold on, first of all, hold on. You think I'm gonna give to the school that should not be named? And I don't want to say your name, but you think I'm gonna give y'all Bama's money? Yeah, okay. I'd rather support your rival, right? I'd rather support. Send me the link. Send me the collective link. I think I'm gonna give y'all money, and I don't want to even say your name. Come on now, stop it. All right, let me get up out of here. That's different. That's different. But anyway, my daughter don't even like basketball. My youngest one does, but my middle one doesn't. All right, listen. Listen, guys, I appreciate y'all, man. Until next time, you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna holler. God bless.